as soon as the guy leaves, that's when my computer decides to boot up. This is a fucking disaster.
Welcome to Cinema Roulette.
Why, guys?
This is what you expect when you listen to Cinema Roulette.
Lord, I feel so bad. I feel so bad about that.
Cameron, I'm
No, it
surprised
was
that
Rebel.
we had actual technical difficulties during a live show.
Oh,
But it
wow,
was
I
only
know,
when
but-
Rebel was on. Did you not notice that?
It's true.
He's like the guy that in a Jurassic Park where he touches things and the computer just like goes
Oh,
out
yeah.
and like the first scene.
Actually, did you ever watch the Prime show Good Omens?
No, I haven't.
Because there's a character in that where literally anytime he touches the computer, just everything explodes.
That's Rebel right there.
It's because I heard you guys still in the old chat, and I was trying to message you. Hey guys, there's a new link. Guys.
Well, I didn't get the new link. That I was like, okay, I'll just wait for Bree to come back. We're back.
Okay.
Yes, we're back.
We are leaving.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Chris Rebel's a hot mess.
God,
But so anyway, where do you guys watch most of your movies? Do you go out and buy the movies, or do you watch it on streaming services?
Yes, when we can. We are a huge advocate for physical copies if we like a movie. Buy it on physical if you like the movie. Streaming services are a double-edged sword because, hey, he's back, ladies
Hey,
and gentlemen.
Ma!
Fuck yeah, I am.
Rebel's
I was,
not
all
allowed
by
back.
I was sitting all by myself, talking to myself, like, well,
Yeah.
this is me with my son's Spidey bike.
Oh, nice.
Because I didn't know Weeby Gamers was still there because he said something. I'm like, for a second, I'm like, shit.
He's always there. Always watching.
Perfect.
He will
Background.
never leave your home now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But
Cool.
That's why I don't have a Lexus.
Yeah, me and Justin were just talking. She asked us where do we watch most of our movies, and it was like, do you buy them? It's like we were like, whenever
In
we
the
like a movie.
bathroom.
Yes, exactly.
No,
But
like just like buy them. Or
it depends on. It also depends on if we've seen the movie before or not. Because sometimes if we're not sure what the movie is, we're not going to go out and buy the Blu-ray. Or something. But
I don't personally collect movies that much these days because I have a nearly 5-year-old that will destroy anything. So I don't even have a DVD player anymore.
That's fair.
I stream stuff and then I'll rent things digitally. And I do have some stuff I do buy. And
I was telling them, I'm like, of course, as soon as the one guy leaves, that's when my computer decides to
Well, it's Rebel, that's why.
Yeah.
He's a maker and a breaker.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll let Justin add in too. I didn't mean to take over.
I
What
just
do
have
you
a
prefer?
wall.
He has a what?
I have a wall of
There's a wall.
physical copies over here.
So do I. Actually, I have two.
Listen, I miss it, so don't get me wrong. I used to
Yeah.
love buying the big old box sets.
That's a lot of
I
movies.
just like getting steel cases. It's a horrible addiction.
Yes.
No,
This
we
was-
have over 500 movies. Like when we have to move, it's gonna be sick because all their boxes are just gonna be movies and Blu-rays and steelbooks.
Yes.
Your collection obsession is DVD sets. Mine was up until recently vinyl records. So I had thousands. Now I have maybe 100 at this point. I've scaled in quite a bit.
I'm sorry, that's like losing,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell
it takes
the
like 3
kid,
days.
get
to
more
move them.
vinyl records. Easy.
Oh Jesus Christ!
because they need more.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Part of the reason I don't want kids, but
They're fun. They're like cats. Hurting cats all the time. God. Have you guys ever watched a movie that you just really decided you didn't like?
We did. We actually invented a new segment of the show because there was a movie that was just painful.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't painful. It was boring bad. It was called Onibaba. It was like this Japanese horror movie.
Oh, cool. Like Train to
And-
Busan or like
No,
Cheesy,
like way
cheesy.
slower.
Oh,
We're talking-
yeah, it's 60s movie, right?
well, here's the thing:
I think so.
is I put something on the wheel that was called J Horror Roots, and because I love J horror movies and J horror themed stuff, but there were 4 different movies that were in the '60s that are considered, like the start of J horror, and most of them didn't turn out to be good, but this one in particular.
We realized that we would only have like a 10-minute episode
oh no, because it was so
So-
bad, or
because we can talk about like a very bad movie. Those are fun to tear apart or whatever. This was just boring bad.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, here's what happens, and that's kind of it. So we invented the segment of Drink to Forget, where we pick like a random solid movie, not great but not terrible, and we talked about Crawl instead for most of the episode.
Because I should preface
Familiar.
that too, because we have another thing called dealer's bet, quote unquote, which is just us cheating, and that's why it's called dealer's bet. And it's when we see a movie that we think is fucking phenomenal, like 9-10 out of 10, and we say the other person needs to see it, then we do a dealer's bet. But Drinking to Forget, we kind of made because we're like, should we do a dealer's bet? But no, a dealer's bet is good for, movies that you need to see. So we were like, okay, Drinking to Forget, we'll just do a solid movie, and that'll fit the theme of the film that we, don't have much to say on. So,
and it has the casino theme of being at a bar. So,
Oh my god. That's fine.
Are there any other segment, like mini shows of the show, or is that it? I think.
That's it for now. We haven't done anything else.
Yeah.
Mini segment. So you have like a bunch of wheels and then one
We
big
do.
wheel, or
We
A wheel and
have-
a wheel and a wheel and a wheel.
right?
Justin wants to do that.
I do. It's
A
true.
wheel
It
of
says the Boulder wheel, man. I'm not screwing around with that.
You could probably
Good
code it, just to be
Could.
sure.
Yeah, it's a terrible addiction.
That is also very
Well.
true.
No.
We do have multiple wheels. Like we have one coming up for top 10 lists because we did a top 10 list before and got screwed over in a way, but that's besides the point.
Is it though?
A bit. Just slight bitterness.
With the camera?
Not towards Cameron. It's towards
No.
someone else, but I don't want to just call out someone else.
Yeah, that would be very unprofessional of us. We're not going to do that. So.
Flash name up now.
Slap. Got a banner.
Rebel did a minute ago.
And
Right?
the other one is top. If we aren't able to do an episode, we'll do something called Topic Wheel, which is just a general conversation about film in a way, like where horror movies are going or stuff about the film community, stuff like that.
That's clever. Like the film community, like live shows, or is it all
No, like online community coming together and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So, because there was one we did recently about toxic cinephiles, which were people we just, feel need to be stopped doing what they're doing.
If you go
Wars
anywhere
fans.
on Star Wars fans are a part of
Very
that.
toxic. They are very toxic. Fuck Star Wars fans. I'm a Star Wars
Says
fan.
Cameron,
Fuck
who's a
Star
Star-
Wars fan.
I wore the wrong shirt.
No, I think you were the
I
right
just
shirt.
realized that.
Yeah. Did you though? Did you?
I was gonna say I was just talking about Star Wars with Justin a second ago before
I heard.
communication ended.
When I was trying to get your attention, I was like, hey.
Oh, you did?
man. Yes.
Oh my god.
I was
just
teaching
actively
Justin
ignore
over
Cameron.
here. I was teaching Justin considering my age compared to his. So
Yep. And
As far as that.
we have a pretty good gap result because he's 22 and I'm 29. So
Yeah.
I'll be 38 this year. So yeah, we got it all on this one. I beat you all.
Yeah, you do. Sorry, Paul. But you look young. It's just the glowing skin. It must be the ring light.
yeah, but no, it's basically like we do some stuff in the film communities about things we feel are important or things that we feel need to be said and stuff like that. So.
That's cool. Do you do that like bi-monthly or just when you just don't have time to watch the movie?
It's usually to fill in TV episodes, honestly.
Yeah.
Because we cover TV series,
That
which
works.
sound like a fun idea, and then you realize you have to sit through like 12 hours of content for an episode, and it's like, we might need an extra week.
We're using it more as a backup then, really, aren't we?
The TV shows you could just do. Are you just you watch the entire series and then you do it or not?
Well,
by
okay,
episode.
explain
Depends on
that.
the show.
Explain that, how we're doing that.
Binge watching.
With TV shows, if it has a very I'm trying to think of words here. If it has a very dense plot, we'll usually cut the season in half to talk about it.
Yeah.
But if there's not much of a flowing narrative, sort of like X-Files or a cartoon, then we'll just do it all in one episode.
Season by season, yeah.
Yeah.
The remake of the X-Files, that one? Is it? That's a thing,
Well,
right?
It wasn't technically a remake, it was more of a continuation, but I've seen the X-Files, he has not. We haven't done that yet, so that's on the long wheel.
we tried staying below 5 seasons for
Yes.
the shows we put on there so far.
As of right now, there are 2 different TV wheels.
I was gonna say Fringe.
Fringe is on there, actually.
It's on there.
It's a damn good. I love that.
Hey, you did it. You got a guess right. Good job.
That's
you Fringe.
Rebel.
You do Sliders.
I've never heard of that one.
You never heard of Sliders?
No.
Oh shit!
Even I know of Sliders. What's wrong
Sliders?
with
I don't know either. I'm
basically a crew of people. Someone develops a wormhole type of device type of thing, and they get stuck in it, and they're constantly going through different realities, trying to find them. Think of kind of like Quantum Leap, except they're physically going through different realities.
That sounds really interesting.
Inception. What is it called?
Sliders.
Sliders.
What the hell is the actor's name? Jerry O'Connell.
Is that on Netflix? I feel
he's
like
the star. Like that's his claim to fame. It was a big cult show. They did a season or 2 with the original cast, and then they recast, and then the new guy came in. It changed the dynamic of the show. So it's definitely an interesting story changing that you guys might be into, because it definitely changes things up. I don't know if it's for the better, but it definitely changes it.
Okay.
So that's something to talk about.
Fun shit to talk about.
But yeah, as of right now, we have 2 different TV wheels, a quote-unquote long TV wheel and a short TV wheel that we're kind of interchanging right now.
Is the 100 on that wheel?
No.
All right, well, this is going to end right here.
Listen, I saw 1 season of that show. That was it.
I don't have any opinions.
I wasn't against you. It wasn't against the show.
It's the series premiere ended like last night, and I didn't get to watch it.
Good, because it'll be like Lost. Then I waited like a month after it ended, then I watched it. Oh my God. So I could get away from all the spoilers and crap.
I was so mad at that show after like season 4 or 5. It was just the same thing.
Everybody was mad at that show.
So mad.
Listen, the writer wasn't even happy anymore. He was apologizing to people too. Years later, yeah, he was mad because the problem was they wrote themselves into a wall. The studio wanted more seasons rather. He wanted to end it on like 3 seasons, be done. And they balanced it out to 6.
So they basically forced him to keep going.
Right, and then the problem was they did it and they wanted it at the last minute. They're like, okay, what do we do? Keep writing. They're like, we have nothing. There's nothing. There was nothing extra on the plate for them to build up. So they went literally from fucking off. Yeah, they kind of went almost improv with that shit, you know.
Damn.
I'm forgetting the name of it.
Ending was completely just fucking.
I know there was a sci-fi show, not on the channel Sci-Fi, but just a science fiction show. And they kept forcing the writers to make another season.
Jarek, shut up.
Jarek, shut the hell up before I punch you.
God, maybe I should take that down.
But
I'm not sure.
When they kept continuing the showrunners kept making them continue, and finally on the 6th season, they just blew up the entire cast and said, "There, it's done. You can't continue."
That's stressful for the viewer.
I don't know which one that is. Because I kept thinking of Battlestar Galactica because that last season.
Oh, I love Battlestar.
I love that thing. Just that last season was.
I've seen the original Battlestar Galactica. I've never seen the remake.
It's so good.
I haven't seen the original.
Okay.
It's really, really good.
Yeah.
And the board games are even better. It takes like 4 hours to play one of them. A so good. Anyway, it's really good. I love Battlestar.
Yeah.
I'm so behind on TV. Like, I haven't even watched Breaking Bad. That's
No, I haven't gotten into that.
That took me like 2 years after it was ended before I watched it.
Yeah, and here's another thing, and this is what we feel is important, and which is why we put a spoiler warning at the beginning of everything, is like, people say, oh, well, it's this old, how haven't you seen it? Not everyone's seen everything, guys.
Yeah, should we put a spoiler alert on this?
Oh, it is. Yeah, TV shows I tend to be behind more than movies. Movies I tend to be a little bit faster.
It's just more time
because some movies. Well, some shows too. My wife wants to watch. Yeah, sure. 6 months later.
Have you seen The Rain, the series on Netflix? The
I have
Rain.
not.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, the new season's coming out soon, but I like to wait until it's all out and then
I'm a
I watch
little
it.
tepid. I have a tepid relationship with Netflix because they like to just indiscriminately just cancel shit for no reason at all.
It's so true.
Like
They
look at
send you
Dark
out,
Crystal,
like,
the sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Yep, that was just.
That pissed
Didn't
me
that
off,
end on
man.
cliffhanger?
Yeah, I sure did.
Yeah. That's what I heard. Like, I haven't seen it, but yeah, I heard it was a horrible cliffhanger. And
I'm hoping Disney picks it up since it's their property now, technically.
Disney owns the world.
I'm wondering maybe that's why they canceled it.
It might be.
Wow.
It could be. I don't know. It was pissed me off because the way that they made that. Because if you've seen the original and then you add CG elements to that too, versus just like the old backdrops and shit, but still kept all the puppetry.
Yeah,
it's a fucking work of art. It really is.
CG should not be used to be a special effect. It should be used to augment special effects.
Yeah, it's like Jurassic Park.
Effects. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
the original Jurassic Park and Mad Max Fury Road is a great example. Most of that,
that's perfect. That's a
Love that
perfect.
movie.
They use CG to enhance everything, and that's how it should be used. Because practical effects are not.
I remember I showed my
they're
wife
bad.
part of that. A bunch of that movie, just clips of that movie, and she couldn't tell it was. I didn't tell her. She couldn't tell it was at all.
And that's how you know a CG artist has done a good job.
She's like,
Wow.
years to make? What the hell? She's like
Mad Max? Really? Wow.
Well, Fury Road was in development hell for like 14 years or something like that.
Yeah, and they're gonna do a prequel now too.
They kept trying to get made
Furiosa.
and not stop being made, and then try to get made again, stop being made, but eventually I think it was 14 it came out or something, and then they finally filmed it and released it.
Yeah, like I said, they had the Furiosa, a pure prequel announced as well.
But they're not getting the same actress, which pisses me off.
No, she's younger because she's a kid. She's young.
Like a kid. It's not like little like.
Well, she's probably like in her 20s.
Looks like she's in her teens.
Charles Theron.
Yeah, but she's like in reality in her like late 40s.
Like
Charlize, yeah.
Oh yeah, she's perfect.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I mean, I'm not complaining about that.
Right?
No arguments out of this one.
Cool. How do you guys feel about the Riddick series? And this is gonna make
I was waiting for you in this one.
Never seen it.
I'm sorry, and you call yourself cinema?
Yes. Yes, I do. You got a problem with that?
Well, no offense on sci-fi too, no less.
Right?
Son
Oh man. Oh wow.
At least
we're about to get kicked off the show. Shit.
I feel like we have nothing in
No,
common now.
You know what? Be quiet.
Go watch. I said go at least go watch Pitch Black, because that if you liked like the old like the 90s like lower budget sci-fi where it was really character driven, that shit, it's right up your alley. Especially like the old Sci-Fi Channel shit back in the day. Like
Before
without being too cheesy. Yeah, but without being cheesy, like it's not. It's very well done.
Thank you, Paul.
I have less of an excuse
actually
because
good.
the DVD is sitting right over there.
Just the Pitch Black DVD or the whole?
No, I think it's this. I think it's the next Rig movie after Pitch Black.
The Chronicles of Riddick.
Yes,
Chronicles
sitting right over there. I have not watched it though.
That's so good. Oh my gosh, I just want to watch it right now.
That one, I mean, it's night and day. Those two movies. It's a very different, different type of watching.
One might say it's
it's because you have a huge
worlds.
studio behind it,
and they're on different worlds. Thank you.
Basically, you have the difference between like a survival horror movie, action movie, and then the second one is way more of like an adventure movie. And you have a massive studio behind it, pushing crazy money. And if you watch the second one, go get the director's cut.
Really? What happened with the theatrical release?
Yeah, they cut a shitload out of that movie.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have the extended.
And then the third one, they went back to like the low budget, character driven again.
Interesting.
I think they kind of realized, shit, we really dropped the ball. We need to go back to basics here, go back small budget again.
Shit, we sold out.
Damn it.
It felt like because you know how it was in the 90s where the studios would just completely walk all over your shit. They didn't care. Look what happened to Aliens 3. I mean, for instance, they completely just destroyed that movie.
I feel so bad for David Fincher too, because David Fincher is a fantastic director.
Was that like his first? I think this is one of his first movies too.
It was.
That was his first.
He got screwed.
Yeah, Aliens 3.
Yeah, which the producer's cut I still think is fine. It's a fine movie. Like the first two Aliens.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh my gosh, the first one.
But
you don't watch an alien come out of a dog, you know.
Yeah, that's metal as fuck.
Oh god, that shit. That's something.
That was like The Fly.
That
movie was screwed.
The funny thing is, I think
painful to watch.
Yeah, I think they hired David Fincher because new director. Okay, he'll listen to us, but he's a huge perfectionist.
Yeah, think of like Chris Nolan. Yeah, I think of like Chris Nolan on his first movies and then telling him what to do. Good luck with that shit. Or like Tarantino
films. Oh my gosh,
well,
so into the Kill Bill.
Of course, we've seen most of that. So
seen that.
I have not seen Jackie Brown.
I've seen a few of his movies. Yeah, there's a few movies I've never seen of his, but most of them.
I haven't seen Jackie Brown. I haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I haven't seen, I think, one other one. I forget.
I was gonna say Hateful Eight's good if you watch it on Netflix because it's broken into chapters.
Yeah, it's. We actually saw it,
which I like. You digestible chunks.
How long is it?
It's like 3 hours for the theater.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
and there's so much, and it's like majority talking.
But we actually. Me, Justin, and Weeby Gamer saw it in theaters for a 70mm screening.
What was that?
That's the roadshow map they gave you if you.
We saw it in theaters and 70mm film, actual film. It was so cool. It was so cool.
Well, that's you really can't go wrong with that. Even if the movies, even if you couldn't follow the movie sucked or were bored, like I got to see it in the way that this was meant to be.
Yes, it was gorgeous.
At the very least,
so cool. Oh, it was so cool.
Oh man, do you guys go to the? Did you guys used to before COVID go to the movies all the time?
Before the times.
Before the COVID.
The dark ages.
Right.
Right.
The time before.
BC.
I try to go at least once a month, but it's still a bit expensive to go to a movie.
Yeah. Did you guys see the new Mulan movie yet?
No.
Are you waiting until? Whoa, that was some heavy nose there.
I will.
Oh my god!
True, I've never seen the cartoon, so I don't even.
You've never seen the original Mulan?
It's cute.
But it's I've seen a majority of Disney movies though. I grew up with a grandmother that was in like the Lifetime like VHS tape club. So I mean, it was just walls of it all over her fucking trailer. I wish I still had that. Worth a ton of money.
That's how I watched it. Yeah.
I would just take it from her because she was a huge bitch. So I would just steal it from her. Dude, it's true. She was awful. She wasn't allowed in my parents' house.
Oh,
she was banned.
So you just go and
she was banned. Well, I would go to her trailer and she'd be so busy yelling at my father or she's this old Jewish lady, so she was screaming at my father. And she'd have 30. She'd probably have like 7 or 8 freaking chihuahuas around her recliner parking like it's a throne. She's yelling at my grandfather. Chihuahuas? Oh no, they're real chihuahuas, but they were like they shook. It looked like a freaking vibrating chair. They only how much they shook. So I would go and just, hey, Grandpa, can I borrow a movie? I don't care, whatever. And then I would go do that, and I would just grab one of her movies and grab one of his movies, and I would just leave. A month later, I would drop them back off and just walk away.
Oh my gosh.
So bad for your grandfather. How did she marry her?
Dude, let's just say this. This is hilarious. He was not a very pleasant person to deal with normal in life around him. Because, many years of marriage, marrying that, being oppressed. So as she went to a home because of Alzheimer's, within a month and a half, he was like, he woke up and became the happiest, funniest guy you would ever meet in your life. It was I had never met this guy in my life. Like he'd call me randomly to shoot the shit with me. Like he'd be like, "Hey, come on over, we got a new movie." Because he had tons and tons of DVDs, records, and Johnny Cash shit everywhere. Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
That's a hell of a thing. Wow. Also, hi Steven. Metal Slug is another person I podcast with. Hi, Steven.
Metal Slug, what's up, buddy?
Oh, Steven. We joke that our house is the Blockbuster because people are like, "Hey, do you have this movie? Can I borrow it?" Yeah, sure. Just sign this form, but there's really no form. It's just a joke. Because we have so
Listen,
many.
that fits well because the documentarian is going to be on the round table that did the last Blockbuster movie.
Yes, he did. That's right.
Reference.
Good plug-in, Rob.
Shameless plug.
That was so good.
Like you guys should really be a part of it. You can ask some questions, and I'm the one moderating. I'm the one kind of behind the scenes moderating it. So.
That would be fun.
I don't know how I'd take that.
It's
Tomorrow night. Yep.
All you gotta do is ask them some questions, and I click it, and it pops up like on here right now with your friend Metal Slug here, and then Chris Revel is the host, so he'll be directing and asking the questions.
I'm so glad you're going to be in control of that ball because Revel.
Oh, it's gonna be a fucking nightmare.
So Bree, you're just like, I'm glad I'm not moderating that because that's just a pain in the ass, right?
I would say it like this: Sean is a saint and a patient soul because man, between Chris Revel over here being his spastic self and me just sitting here going, fucking got no what the fuck is going on.
At least he's the middleman to get things done.
And Sean is such a patient guy, but he's such like a shaky, like nervous, kind of like twitchy dude. So I'm just like, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking melt down right now. I'm gonna have an anxiety attack watching these people. I don't know what's happening anymore. Light up and down.
So is he just a
Chris,
very
on
hyper
it.
person? Is that what it is?
What's that?
He's just a very hyper person. That's what it is.
He's very ADHD.
Which one? Revel? We love him so much. He's got so much on his mind all the time.
Yeah, Sean's got like the joking, nervous Jew type of like mentality, like my family has. They're all very kind of nervous and they're very kind of like talking and getting really worked up and kind of stumbling over themselves. And he's an amazing dude. He's wicked good, and he's patient as could be. But man, I was watching those two go back and forth. And I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what to do. Connection failure. Push the button. I need a break. That seemed nice when mics you use because I podcast. What kind of podcast you got, Metal Slug? Tell us the story.
What's the story, Morning Glory?
Hey, this is our shameless plug. Excuse me.
That was so much better than the music. Fantastic.
Hey.
Beautiful plug. You guys are doing great. I'm going to start holding Pepsi.
Yeah, right.
Chances.
Yeah, so do you guys want to know anything else about us or any questions about the podcast? Or
what do you guys want for the future of your are you guys podcasting now and like when you don't feel like it, you'll be done? Or like what are your goals for podcasting? And
I have no fucking clue.
Ride into the rails come off.
Have fun.
This whole thing just kind of came about because we just wanted to watch more movies, basically. It's not one of these things that we set out to get fame and fortune, get millions of views or something. It's something that we set out to be like, we're going to use this to watch more movies together because it's fun, and we talked for an hour afterwards anyway, so why not just record it? So, but it would be really nice to just have people interacting with us. We don't need millions of views. If there's just a small audience of like 10, 20 people constantly listening and interacting with us, that would be amazing.
There's something I heard recently about that. You could have 1 million people watching, and that's fine. But the core 100 people, let's say, are the ones that matter in the end because they're the ones that are going to stay around forever.
Yeah. That's how I got started with it. Let's Chat. I was just a fan, and he asked questions about like 80s
I wasn't
music or something.
Yeah. I never listened to him. I didn't. It wasn't until I actually found him through a mutual friend of a podcast I was working on, and then he had a singer of a band that I did like on there, and that was the whole process. I had never listened to him because it's millions and millions of podcasts, and let's face it, you get your core group, and that's kind of it.
Yeah,
and
everybody knows that. Think how many bands listen to each other bands? No.
Oh yeah.
No.
Do you guys have any advice for other podcasters that are just starting out? Like, what kind of gear do you guys have? Like,
we're kind of just starting out, so.
Well, to say that we're almost at 100 episodes, but
that's a lot of content.
What would you have to say? What would you have to say to other newbies or upcoming podcasts, or maybe aspiring ones? Because since you guys are so new, quote unquote.
I'd say just go for it. Like the first couple episodes, I'm clearly on my laptop microphone because I hooked up my snowball wrong. and the audio is awful. I'm not even gonna dance around the issue. I sound fucking terrible, and I'm peaking. It's bad, but just keep doing it so you get used to kind of the feel of doing a podcast, and you'll kind of grow into it and see more what you want to do with the show. And if it feels like an idea isn't working, you can drop it and start something new as well.
Yeah. I heard that.
No one heard it, so.
Yeah, when you first start, I read something about when people start first podcasting, they start interviewing your friends and like your parents and like your coworkers and stuff, and get comfortable with it, and then that'll get you into the groove. Do you guys ever have guests on?
We plan on it.
We plan on it, but we haven't done it yet.
We're down.
It's going to be called Having Drinks with Blank.
Ooh. Yeah.
Well, okay, wait. We did have Weeby Gamers.
Bree knows I like the drinks. That's fine.
A guest reviewer, I guess.
As a guest reviewer, but no interview.
Yeah, there hasn't been a set interview yet. Yeah, we had a guest reviewer, which was Weeby Gamers right there. But yeah.
Awesome. What would you say is your biggest platform to reach people?
Probably.
Dun.
Well, we are on Twitter at Roulette Cinema, and at the very least, I'm usually on, and I will reply to just about anything.
Yeah.
Noted.
Did you mean that by like what are we most on, or what gets the most views? What would?
Yes.
Yeah, like
Okay.
what gets the most like, feeds and views? Like some people have like a Facebook and it's like 100 followers, but Twitter is like
Twitter. We have a fairly big following, so and that's
it really depends on the show.
That's a lot. Thanks to you guys for shouting us out again. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah. I know a lot of people have told, like, in podcast Facebook groups and stuff, they're like, you should get an Instagram, but we're like a movie podcast, and also we're stuck inside we've been stuck inside for most of the year. It's like, what do you want us to post on Instagram? There's the question.
You could do the movies that you guys have done. Or
posters, I guess we could post the posters.
Posters, you could do scenes from a movie, like you could do a clip of a movie.
Ooh, like a guess which movie.
There's plenty of little things you could do. I say watch some movies, drink some alcohol, and then just see what the hell comes out of it at all.
Yeah.
I drank more before I was 18, if I'm being honest.
I thought you were going to say you drank more before you started podcasting.
I solved all my alcoholism.
Listen, that's how I dealt with interviews and stuff. Yeah, I couldn't stand it. I had no idea to do it, so I just got pretty well screwed up and just enough, and just went for it. And we just did it recently. I wasn't sober.
Because the thing is, I drink more than Justin, because Justin's a little more picky when it comes to that. He just hasn't found an alcoholic drink he likes to drink yet that isn't like, mixed with something else or something.
I was going to say anything that doesn't taste like alcohol.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So
I like Moscow mules. That's my taste normally.
What is a Moscow mule again?
Ginger beer, vodka, and lime juice.
Because Justin doesn't like fizzy drinks either. He doesn't like carbonation.
It's weird.
I do love the fizz.
The main thing I drank is called a pink cannonball, which is spiced rum and pink lemonade. It tastes like sweet tarts. Mm-hmm. So
what? That's cool. I like that.
It looks really gross, though. I'll be honest.
I like the hard ciders because they taste like.
I love hard cider as well. Yeah.
So good. In 2020, just makes you want to drink.
Hard cider is fantastic.
Yeah, I get towed up on that one. That's for sure.
But we really appreciate you guys being on our first episode of Let's Chat Presents.
Dude,
and I'm so sorry.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
No, I think the biggest thing about podcasters to get more listeners and engagement is, actually engaging with your fans, asking questions, responding, and then getting people interested. So if you guys ever need help, you just let us know, and we're just, there's
just yell at Bree.
Just yell at me. You just yell at me.
Like,
hey! What do you want?
You can harass me too. You can harass any of us.
Yeah, and there's so many people out there. It's not like podcasts are like competing against each other. There's enough content for everyone, and people have different niches that they like to be in.
It's all exactly right. It's about a niche and finding that core group, because you're not going to be like the Nerdist or maybe not him, but Smodco or TSD or any of those huge, massive or Seth Rogen, even though you don't want to be associated with that damn. But anybody that is like literally millions and millions and millions of fans. It's good. Yeah, because they found a niche, but they also found it at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got in at the building blocks of this shit. So just be happy. Just find that niche you love.
It's like
that comfortable zone.
If we get millions of views, great. If not, just a small core audience interacting with us is fantastic. So,
and if you guys are having fun, then your listener is having fun too, and that's what it's about. And there's enough like people and there's enough podcasts. So I don't know, just it's not competing against each other.
Personally, all I want to know that we made it as a podcast is that on our YouTube videos, one person goes on every video just to dislike it purely out of spite.
If there is a troll,
that's awesome. That's all. At that point, that's honestly almost like a badge of honor.
Yeah. If there is
someone going out of their way.
Fucking right. Absolutely.
If there's a troll that's petty enough to do that.
Just that one person.
They're taking time out of their day.
Yeah. Like that's honor. That's actually like
a badge of honor.
Thanks, Bree.
Get some rando. Just like constantly make new YouTube accounts just to fuck with you. Every episode, just add a digit to it, add a new digit every time.
I know you already.
It's like discount 2, discount 3.
Exactly. Change a letter, It's not the same person. Fuck you.
Just a different number
right. Harass you in Spanish next time.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Just start just using Google Translate, but purposely mess up half the language.
Yeah, like a terrible translator.
It's like a Borat situation.
Me no like podcasts. You suck ball. Bye.
No me gusta. No palabras.
Oh man.
Oh god. Thanks again, guys. Do you want to? Where can we find you? I know you said Twitter.
Take it away, Justin.
What? Why am I suddenly on the spot?
Because you're just sitting there.
I like how I'm advertising and I suck at it. Okay. We are on basically anywhere you can get podcasts. We're on iHeartRadio, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts. Wherever you get your podcasts, or even on YouTube, you can find Cinema Roulette. We're also on Twitter at Roulette Cinema. Or for our personal accounts, I am JK Pancake, and Cameron, I think, is under Cam.
It's if you just search Cam, you should find
like the Cam dance, yeah.
Because my old thing used to be Cameron Picks Inc. That's sure. I'll do the Cam right now.
Oh, look, he did it. Cool.
No, that was awesome.
You just search Cameron Picks Inc. CAMERONPICSINC. That's technically my Twitter handle, even though I go by Cam now. So it's just there's so many Cams out there that I kind of just got buried a little bit. So
I'm sure we can Cam remember that. Thank you.
That's why I'm C-Ball, because we have 2 Chris's, for fuck's sakes.
There you go.
Make it easy.
In high school, people called me C Breezy, I think.
Oh, people call me Breezy.
I doubt that.
I was gonna say you can guess what mine were back in school with my last name.
Yeah,
kids are so nice.
I'm so sorry.
C-Ball was the first nickname I ever got as an adult, where I was like, I'm not offended by this. I guess I'll just keep using it.
I just keep it.
C-Balls, what's up, C-Balls? Like, all right, yeah, fuck it, whatever.
But yeah, if you go on YouTube,
it's mine.
Search Cinema Roulette, you'll find us there as well. So
is it live videos or is it recording?
It's pre-recorded, thank God.
So you can edit it.
Hi, thanks for the live show.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was a little nervous about how this would go because we do deliberately pre-record it just in case we say something fucking stupid. But
it is what it is. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's fine. But thanks, you guys. We will see you soon, and you can find him on Twitter. We'll be tweeting him out, and especially on Fridays when it's Friday.
Yeah, follow Friday.
Have a good night, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for having us.
Bye.
See you later.